Welcome to episode 21 of the Out of Bounds podcast. I go by the name of Ladale, the fashionista, managing editor here at True Culture Magazine. And here alongside me today is our man in the middle. Introduce yourself to the people. Mr. Donnie, do not call me Donovan Wilkins. How are you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing pretty good. Better than other people doing with the internet down and stuff like that. But
Oh,
we got
yes.
Sixers coming on, and I feel good. I feel good.
So you're hyped for preseason, seeing your boys without Ben Simmons, seeing how they look, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Maxi can do in his second year. I hope he's our star point guard, but you know, see what Daryl Morey does.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the best of works week 4 of the NFL, there's a lot to get into in that. But you guys might be noticing that we're also a man short. Once again, this week, our guy, Noel Austin, a.k.a. Kyrie, a.k.a. Third Eye, a.k.a. Mr. Euro Step to your girl. He'll most likely be back next week's. For next week's edition of the Out of Bounds podcast, and the Out of Bounds podcast will actually be recorded on a new day beginning next week. So instead of us recording every Monday and posting on Tuesdays, we'll be now recording on Tuesdays and posting on Wednesdays. Which because as you guys know, like these episodes are normally recorded before the Monday Night Football game. So now you'll have more insight regards to our full thoughts on the NFL weeks because now we'll be recorded after the Monday Night Football game. So I feel like it might be something that be not only beneficial to our guy know his new schedule, but also in regards to us provide you the best coverage that we can in regards to the NFL. So Donovan,
Sounds good.
yeah,
Yeah.
what you because as you mentioned, Donovan, like you have a better day than most, but you seem like you was kind of enjoying the fact that social media at the time of this recording, social media was basically down for most of the day. People could not send like post any content on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Like, why would you enjoy other
Yeah,
people's
I mean,
victories today?
anybody who knows me closely knows that I absolutely hate social media. Don't want nothing to do with it. I'm only on there because my job revolves around media. But yeah, I think I think it was a nice take, a nice reset for people to appreciate what's important in life. To maybe go outside, read a book, um, I was more concerned about what the Instagram models are going to be doing all day. But other than
I already
that,
told you they could just go to
yeah, but
TikTok, Twitter.
like I said, you can't beat that Photoshop IG.
If
So,
they got an OnlyFans, they could promote that. Like hey, like you want, hey, you got to think 2 steps ahead. So I really wasn't worried about the IG models because like
right, if they're smart and
yeah,
was
you're like
savvy, they
you
thought
missed my
to, yeah,
presence. You missed my presence. All right. Well, here's a link to my OnlyFans where I post exclusive content that you can't find on Instagram. You're missing out. So, well, if
right.
you're a social media model out there, you need like some consultation regards like coach how to improve your brand. Just holler at me because you see, I got the gems, man. I got the gems. So you could definitely turn if you were smart. You could definitely turn this chaos. It's like a profitable business opportunity. Even down to like selling with stocks because I posted in our group chat not too long ago like hey like Facebook was down like about what 17% today. So and you're
Yeah,
like into like trading options. You made a nice little bag off of this little 8 hour social media shutdown. So you
right,
just gotta
exactly.
think
So,
smart. But why? But could you say that you're only on social media because like your job, like this whole media aspect of things, it plays a part in it. But you do poetry. You
yeah,
have you're an author.
yeah.
So technically you need social media to push out your brand and your product. So why do you not see the benefits of social media?
I mean, I think like growing up, I was I didn't have the luxury of like having access to the internet and the phone early on in my teen years. So instead, I was reading a lot. The only time I was able to get on the internet was when I went to my friend's house. So I got on the like Facebook and MySpace train like pretty late, and by the time that I did get on, I wasn't as
Who were your top friends on MySpace?
honestly. I couldn't even tell you.
Did anybody own you or claim you or anything like that? You know, they say like on
Maybe like
MySpace back in the day, like I own this, like you post a photo and they're like, oh, let me own this. Like, had that you ever experienced that?
in a Facebook relationship status thing, or
No, it's a MySpace thing.
nah, I don't think I was
I forget.
around that
See,
time.
I be forget. I'm a little bit older than you, so
Yeah, that might have not been an update
making
that
me
I was
feel
on.
old, man.
But no, I mean, I wasn't on like I was never like popular on social media and stuff like that. I was only on there because everybody else was on there. So
So you was being a follower.
yeah, basically. But after a while, like
And
as I
now,
grew,
and look at
what?
you now. You basically go against the grain. Like I basically been talking about, hey, like let's record this episode so I could get back to watching the Squid Games because that's been
Yeah,
popular right now. And I'm not trying to say like, I'm just watching it because like it's like the cool thing to do right now, but. I was scrolling on Netflix like, this is like the number one trending show. And I've been seeing like all the memes. I'm like seeing like red light, green light, like what's that? You know, and I basically wanted to like blind it, and I know nothing about the show. But the fact that you're kind of like you went from somebody in your younger years that basically like, hey, like everybody else is doing this, I want to get on here. Like I want to be on my street, I want to be on Facebook. So now
right.
you
Yeah,
just don't give a shit. That shows growth in my eyes.
yeah. I mean, I'm at that point where all throughout high school I've been told like you just don't give a fuck, and I've leaned into that
You still
more.
don't
And
give a fuck.
yeah, I mean, I honestly
You're the most. Yeah, and I mean
like
this in
I
the best
honestly
way
like
possible.
I
You're the
yeah, I
most
can't
miserable person
say
to
how
be
much of a fuck I do not give. Like it's like I don't know. So it's I literally try to live my life. That's it. I don't try to do nothing else or connect with anybody. All the friends that I have now are the friends that I will probably have until I die. Like I'm not looking to unless it's business, I really don't care. So
But I promise, Alabama fans, we're gonna get into sports in a minute. But just to give you the insight to this man Donnie's mind, this man is basically. I'm gonna just read some of his comments from our chat today. So he's like, so apparently Facebook isn't just shut down; it's gone forever. Reports are saying major sections of its master code is gone. Someone up there is doing the Lord's work. Can't wait for the Lifetime films in a couple of years. So basically, you were just basket in the fact that people that basically use Facebook, use Instagram to promote their business weren't able to due to the fact that you
yeah,
just don't like
I,
social media.
yeah, I thought it was funny as fuck. I mean, I was seeing all the people like on hopping on Twitter that I'm on now, and they're like, what are we gonna do? Like, and like I was still one of the last people who still had a MySpace, the revamped MySpace, which I think it has a cool new layout. Um, but
MySpace
they're
is basically
just
like SoundCloud before SoundCloud.
yeah,
It really
but
turns like a
now
platform
it's
for like artists.
yeah, and that's what it kind of is now. It's like a hipster version of a LinkedIn. Like they have articles, they have music and stuff like that, and most of the people on there are
Really?
just musicians. Yeah,
Oh, let me check
they
it
have
out.
a new revamped desktop web page. But yeah, it was just like funny just seeing how everybody's freaking out and stuff like that. And it's like
Oh my god.
if like Instagram was to go down right now, I'd still be fine. Like I'd still continually progress through life.
I mean, it kind of sucks in a sense, especially like for us as true content. Even though like our social media, like we're like nowhere near like a complex or like a the shape or anything like that.
Right.
But not having access to social media kind of like affects the way that we promote, our work, our articles, our podcasts, like,
Yeah, yeah.
the news in general. So that was the only thing that I was really like tripping about. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, well, I just view this. That's just a day off and focusing on that. Now, our website works. We can still upload to YouTube.
Right,
As
yeah.
long,
Like
as long as we
a
can do
lot
that, okay, we're good.
a lot of people that was complaining, I'm like, you guys still have access to your website. Like, it's not like the internet's down. Like, I know you gotta like reach out and brand and stuff like that, but it's like the website is still up. So I mean, granted, you can't post for one day. It's not the end of the world.
And I'm like, I'm seeing people tripping because I don't really have a Twitter like that. But honestly, what I love about Twitter, you can still like search up stuff, like see like what's trending, whether you have an account or not. And I'm
Yeah,
seeing like people talking like I cannot like get into contact with like my friends and this. And I'm like, what happens to having people's phone numbers?
yeah.
But
I think it's just people are just too dependent on technology and social media and stuff like that. So it was nice to force everybody to take a break for a while.
yeah, like it's crazy, man. Because like the fact, like I get the importance of social media, but I feel like like social media is only good for like if you're not on social media to like promote your brand, your business, anything that you're trying to do for like an artistic perspective, then you kind of like just wasting your time on social media because like there's only so many times you can post, oh, like this is what I'm eating today. Like, oh, I'm having brunch, or no shade to anybody, by the way. Like, if you that's what you want to do, that's I'm not trying to tell people how to what to put post on the platforms or anything like that.
Right.
But like, if your page don't have any substance to it, you're just on social media just to be on it. That's like okay, just like repost memes and all that type of stuff. Then okay, like you're basically using it wrong. So there's that, and also the fact that like people just like act like their world was coming to an end. I'm like that just goes to show how far we come from, like like just one-on-one interactions with people.
Right.
So days like this is kind of like made me like fear for like you know society going forward because although I'm not old by any stretch, but I'm also not young either. So I don't understand like the youth basically controls the future. So the fact that our youth is so codependent upon like the internet, that kind of gives me a little cause for pause.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just it was refreshing to me. That's all there was.
Okay, so speaking of refreshing, let's get into week 4 of the NFL because
Yes.
there's some team that finally got their first wins of the season. The New York, I know the city of New York is very happy right now because not only did the New York Giants pick up a W, but the New York Jets also picked up a W,
Yeah,
and they both had
I
their
know they're
overtime.
I know they're fucking partying it up over there.
Bro, I never seen, especially in that Jets Titans game, I never seen so many people happy to be under 500. You would think that they won the Super Bowl. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro, y'all beat a Titans team that did not have Julio Jones and AJ Brown, the two top receivers.
I mean,
And y'all
but
barely
leave them
squeezed past.
alone. I mean, it's the like the Jets, it's and the Giants. They're like the I don't know how you have two teams and they're both trash, like two NFL teams, and like none
I
of
mean,
them can do anything good.
see, they get with Giants fan, they can hop on the fact that okay, like they won Super Bowls in the past 2 decades, like 2007, 2008, they won the Super Bowl. 2011, 2000, wait, yeah, 2011, 2012, they won a Super Bowl, being the Patriots both times, so they could at least hop on that. The Jets haven't been relevant since what 1969 with Joe
Yeah,
Namath when they won Super Bowl three. That was basically all they have going for them. Yeah, they
yeah,
has
that's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
couple
It's like
like
they have nothing like so like let them celebrate, like let them get drunk and party like they won the Super Bowl. Like it's I would too if the Eagles actually won.
and if Fireman Ed or anybody or any Jets fan that was to come across the video, they're like, "Oh god, like, well, we had the New York Stock Exchange in the '80s with Mark Gastineau, Dan Klecko. We had the Curtis Marvin, Testaverde Jets of the late '90s. We had the Chad Pennington era. We had the Rex Ryan era. But at the end of the day, like if you ain't first, you're last. That's the way I look at it. So they
And
haven't.
they're dead last.
That's how they won. John Lennon was alive. So
Oh
there you
God.
go. There you go. We weren't in the disco era when the last time the
Damn.
Jets. My mother was 2 years old. That's how the Jets won the Super Bowl. But that's and I'm from New York. I'm like, I'm cracking on New York teams, but shout out to the Yankees though. Like I'm related with the Yankees, they qualified for the playoffs, so it was a beautiful day for New York sports. I also believe did the Brooklyn Nets beat the Lakers in the not that the Brooklyn Nets count as New York. You know they are New York, but they don't really count like that. But didn't they beat the Lakers in the preseason as well? Yes, sir.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it was a beautiful day for New York sports. Beautiful day for New York sports. But aside from what would you say was like the best from week for the NFL? What's your best?
Um, I will say the best game that I've seen and probably the most exciting one was probably the Patriots versus the Bucks. I know a lot of people had eyes on that, and definitely Bill Belichick isn't getting away with like sliding Tom Brady at the end of the game. That 1 millisecond hug was
Ah, come
bullshit.
on, man. Like that
Oh,
is
you don't think
Belichick.
he was wrong?
I mean, like it's the end of the game. Like, it's the heat of the moment.
Nah, that man was
Bro.
salty.
All right. I know it's like, have you ever played Madden online or in
Yeah,
person with somebody?
yeah, of course.
Like, all right, like if it's like a close game, it came down the wire. Like, are you at me like, all right, like good game, like yeah, like, are you still a little pissed about like fuck, like we
No,
lost?
it's good game, good sportsmanship. It's you beat my ass. I appreciate you. Good
Oh, so you,
game. Like
that sounded like a perfect script. So you must have lost plenty of times then, because that sounded too. You had to
yeah, I'm definitely not good at online man. I'll tell you that right now.
I go. The last time I played online, it was against my boy from college. But basically, like he 21 me, like he's like, yo, I'm gonna go like 21. I'll be like 21 zip. I'm like, nah, man, like, you ain't going up 21 on me. Like, and sure enough, for 3 possessions, I'm down 21 zip. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know you was really like that and bad. Like,
yeah, it was just a shitty move, and a lot of people called him out for it. So
I mean, but like, come on, like it's better. Like you should expect nothing less.
yeah, but I mean, I still think it was a good game. It was a need, a must win for both teams. Just to save face or whatever. But probably the worst that I've seen was David Mills, but the Texans. That man looked like he needs to find a new career. This dude threw
He's a
four,
rookie though.
four interceptions. No, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. The man threw four interceptions, and I think he got sacked like 4 times. I believe.
I mean, but like, come on, like the Bills, like this is their second shutout so far this season. So that team is for real.
Yeah.
That team
So
is for real.
yeah,
But
I'm
it's like,
definitely
what do
not
you
saying
expect for
that,
David?
but
Like David Mills not supposed to be playing.
yeah, exactly. So it's like the best. I mean, the worst was David Mills. I mean, I gotta call it like I see it. Dude threw 26 yards. That's it.
Not 81 yards.
No, 26.
Nah, Mills threw for 81.
87 yards.
Oh,
My
yeah,
mistake.
87.
Got my notes wrong.
It happens, Stephen A. It happens. You like how Stephen A. Because Stephen A. is taking his shit wrong in his show.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but 11 for 21, not that bad. It's just damn, like shouldn't have been out there, and I feel sorry for him.
It's because, be honest with you, like, he should really be the third string quarterback at
Yeah,
best
yeah.
right now.
He should definitely be the guy that's like sitting in the locker room, like, no, go ahead, you can chill real quick. Like, we won't need you today.
You know,
But
because let's be for real, like Deshaun Watson, he's still on the roster. He's not playing right now because obviously just like legal issues. The fact that he just said, I'm not playing for the Texans no more. He basically pulled like a Ben Simmons. So David Mills, like he should be holding the clipboard. You know, like he should
yeah,
just let it be
exactly.
done.
Like he should definitely not be suiting up. So
Right. That's all. Like I can't really be too hard on. And just so like just in case you're watching and you think, oh, like this nigga hit me, that's why you shut me out. Mike, I'll give it to you. You 21 me in Madden, like you say it's gonna do it, you did it. But it's time for a rematch though. Definitely time for a rematch. But in regards to like my best from like week 4, I have to give it to my Baltimore Ravens. I'm being biased. I'm being biased. We went down to Denver, the Mile High City, in that altitude, one of the toughest places to play, the Orange Crust. And we handled business. Lamar Jackson had a great game, 300 over 300 yards passing, 311 to be exact. Hollywood Brown made a nice catch. The defense was the best the defense looked all season. Granted, we knocked Teddy Bridgewater out of the game with a concussion. I hope he's, by the way, Teddy. Hope you're doing much better. But yeah, we handle business. So the Ravens definitely my best of the week. Outside of them, I have to
I
say,
mean, Ravens looking pretty good.
I mean, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like we could easily be 3-0, right? No, 4-0. Like we could be 4-0 because that Raiders game really fucked us up.
Yeah, it's
But
just
also
at
at the
the end
same
of the day.
time, we could also be 1-3, or we could be 2-2.
Yeah, I
Like the
mean, you
season's
could
been kind of weird.
be like the Eagles, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but
I
they're
mean, come
already
on, the
they're
Eagles that
already
was
calling.
expected, man. That was
No, I
expected.
mean, I don't think anybody in Philadelphia was expecting them to start 1-3. I mean, we should definitely be like we should be running the NFL East. Like it's
The NFL East, you mean the NFC East?
NFC
Come
East.
on, Stephen A. You keep saying your nose.
But yeah, it's just I don't know what's going on. I still believe in Jalen Hurts. So
Yeah, I believe him too. Like he's not. It's not like he's playing bad or anything like that.
yeah,
Just like you just need more talent. Devontae Smith looks pretty good. Everybody's talking about like he's an undersized receiver, but he's looking pretty good out there. Like
he's holding his own this season. So
yeah, he definitely is. But outside of my Ravens, if I had to give an honorary best of the week, I'll go with the Buffalo Bills. They looked phenomenal. Like it's not easy to just blow out a team, and just hold a team off the scoreboard completely.
yeah,
Like you
but I
say,
mean, you also said earlier, look who they had, David Mills. So
but still, like you don't expect to hold a offense under 100 yards passing, though.
yeah, I
And
mean, if their
and this
quarterback is a
passing league,
rookie,
I mean,
well, yeah, okay.
like come on, like most quarterbacks throw for 80 yards in a quarter. The way they slinging the ball, so
I feel so sorry for him. I hope he has like a hot wife or something like that he can like go home to and
yeah, that always
somebody.
make things better, especially when you got these trolls on the end there's like these Twitter
Yeah,
eggs and all that. These anime icon picture people. No offense to anybody out there that has like an
no,
anime.
all offense.
Nah, cause like if you got like a Vegeta, if Vegeta's like your profile picture, I fucks with you. Cause Vegeta, he's like the hardest motherfucker from Dragon Ball Z, but that's neither here nor there. But like yeah, you know how it goes. Like after a bad game, you got people like on the internet, like armchair quarterback, like oh god, like you suck, and this and that. But like you said, you got like a hot wife to go back to a hot girlfriend. It's like all right,
It
cool. Like,
makes
that
up for
is
everything.
makes up for everything. Like you're cursing me out, shit on me on Twitter. Meanwhile, I got this hot chick right next to me. I'm still winning, even when I lose.
Right. Still getting paid.
Exactly. You have it for the moment because like she's really that hot. She ain't gonna stop or lose it. Like at least you win it for that night. You win
Look,
it for
I
that
mean,
night.
they're a football player, so that's all she needs to hear.
Yeah, but not all football players are created equal. Not all football players make 7 figures and all that. So I had to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But who would you say like your losers for the week?
Like losers, the city of Philadelphia, man. I mean, we
And this
got
is
knocked.
and this
We
and
got
this all about
knocked out of
like
the
the MLB
MLB
player.
playoffs. We lost last night. I mean, a couple of nights ago with the Eagles, and
This should be a couple nights ago. The Eagles, y'all lost yesterday.
yesterday.
Oh,
Fuck,
okay.
man.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Time. Maybe you try to keep kayfabe because for the sake of this podcast will not be uploaded on Tuesday. So at the time of upload would have been 2 days ago. So
Yeah,
you're
let's use
technically
my
right.
blunder for success.
Yeah, you're technically right. So,
But I mean, the only bright spot is preseason starting, and I'm looking forward for the Sixers. Other than that, our Philadelphia teams are shit.
All right, we're gonna touch on the 76ers and our 2 minute drill in momentarily. But for me, my losers of the week had to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, does Big Ben look bad?
Ah man, I totally forgot about this dude. Why does he
Man, does he look
still
bad?
have a NFL roster spot? Like,
He got
talk about loyalty.
he made even Johnny O Corvette Juju Smith Schuster, Mr. TikTok himself. Even Juju Smith Schuster got hot because he was just frustrated having Big Ben as his quarterback.
They definitely should have grabbed a quarterback last draft. And damn, man, you at some point you gotta cut the dead weight. Like, let this man retire.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like, bro, he already played too poor. Like 26 for 40, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Like, like obviously you're looking at the stat sheet. That's a pretty that's an average
Yeah,
game.
but
Like
in the league that we're in now, you have to be mobile. And this dude, I
for
mean, he's
sure,
Big Ben for a reason.
for
Like,
sure. And I get you. That's what I said. You're looking at if you look at strictly at the box score, you'll say, "Oh well, like Big Ben, he didn't really play that poorly. Like that's 78.3. Wait, what was it exactly? Yeah, 78.3 QBR. Like that's not that bad. But you look at the film and like, oh my god, like he's missing wide open targets. Like he's not throwing the ball deep down the field. Like checking down to like running back. Like with the rookie Najee Harris, who's looked pretty good so far this season. You might like, oh man, like this. You look at the film, like okay, he's washed, and the backup, like who they have, Dwayne Haskins. Do you want to put him back out there? Like he didn't really do too
I
good.
mean, do you want to keep Ben out there?
If he's your best option, why not?
I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. That dude became a lot more mobile
Rogers is
towards
always
the
mobile.
tail end of his career. I mean, I got this dude fucking Lamar Jackson me on fucking Madden and shit like that with
Oh, then
fucking
you really
QBs.
trash.
Yeah, like
And you're really trash. You got Aaron Rodgers playing
yeah,
Lamar Jackson.
dude rushed for fucking 35 yards on me, and I'm like, the fuck is this shit? But
Man,
yeah, you gotta cut him. You gotta retire his
you ain't
jersey.
gonna cut him. You're not gonna
Yeah,
cut him. Like, come on, that man won you 2 Super Bowls. You ain't gonna cut him. He's the best quarterback they had since Terry Bradshaw, and that was during the
yeah,
Steel Curtain days.
absolutely. But it's time for him to retire.
I
Hand this
agree.
man his papers,
I
build a
agree, but
statue, and just like send him on his way. It's over.
as a Baltimore Ravens fan, I say keep his ass in. I'm looking what I'm seeing. Right now they what 1-3. We're 3-1. We're at the top of the division. So hey, life's good as a Ravens fan. So I say keep his ass in there. Know what I mean? But let's get into because as you know, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you're enjoying this episode of the Out of Bounds podcast. Please hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you're notified anytime we upload any future episode of Out of Bounds podcast. Talk. We had a great episode the other day where we talk about comic book mythology. So check that out. I actually made my return to the podcast during the episode. So you missed seeing me on Talk, then you got me for that episode. So go back and check that out. The link to the episode will be up in the card above. We also got the gaming chair that's coming back this Thursday. As you know, our schedule for the gaming chair is the first Thursday of the first and last Thursday of the new month. In between, you do Twitch. And also we just did Off the Racks. Our guy Noah Austin did a phenomenal interview with Yaakov Banks, of Uncommon Era Clothing. So check that out. We also had like the Tuck Talks interview series with like Deja, Tamara, Lily, what the case may be. Also, we have next up, if I head up by God Donovan here, who's basically bringing the under the radar artist to the next up AV platform. So we have a lot for you guys to check out. Also, for the future, we have some spin-off podcasts coming soon for like the first quarter of 2022. So be on the lookout for more information on that once it's time to release. So yeah, so just you got a lot of content for you guys here. So hit that subscribe button, be a part of the Tuck family, and we'll greatly appreciate you. But get at with that being said, I just lost my train of thought. That's a lot of shit right there. That sounds like an infomercial. But Yeah, but Pittsburgh, please keep Big Ben out there, man. Like it's good for my Ravens. But yeah, oh yeah, tonight, well, at the time of recording, Monday Night Football, Raiders Chargers tonight. Who you got? Last week, we had the Cowboys Eagles. I said the Cowboys are gonna spank them. They did. You was being
Yeah.
a homer, you picked the Eagles. So take so
Fuck.
there's no home team buys with you this week. So who you got? Chargers, Raiders.
I'm gonna say Chargers. But I'm gonna say 37-30.
That's not a bad score. I'm gonna go Raiders 27-24. I like the Raiders. I like this Raiders team. If I wasn't honestly, if I wasn't like a Ravens or a Rams
I
fan,
mean, they're both good teams. Like it's going to be a thrilling matchup regardless.
yeah, like if I wasn't like a Raider, I agree. If I wasn't like a Raiders or a Rams fan, not said Raiders. Shit. If I wasn't a Ravens or a Rams fan, I'll be a Raiders fan. Like I really like that team. You might be thinking like Ladale, like see, Jesus like teams with the letter R in the front for the initial. Like, no, it's not the case. It's that I feel like me personally, my personality, because the Raiders they're supposed to be like the rebels, right? Like of the NFL. Like they're the team that really like they had success. They dominated the '70s and '80s. Nobody really liked them, but they're cool. They had that cool factor. So I kind of relate to that type of spirit in a sense. So that's also the reason why I love the Miami Hurricanes and college football, who are trash right now, but it's all about the U at the end of the day. But I'm gonna go Raiders. You say Chargers. I haven't been keeping track in regards to like who's been winning.
We have never been right. I'll tell you that.
I was right last week. I was right
Oh,
last
okay, all
week.
right.
But I think
I
that's
think
probably
I
my
came
only one.
close with like one score, with the Baltimore Ravens second week.
Yeah, and I think actually Noah got that one right that
Yeah.
week. I also think I got the Green Bay and the Detroit right. If I'm wrong, then somebody please comment down below in the chat. Let me know like what's our record, like who's leading up in this thing. But yeah, that basically concludes in regards to like best and worst from week 4 of the NFL. But let's get into the 2 minute drill. Preseason kicks off for my guy. It has built up in 76ers
Yeah.
tonight.
They
So
kicked
what are you
off. Yeah, go ahead.
So what are you looking forward to from the Philadelphia 76ers this season?
the the first and only thing I'm looking forward to is seeing how Tyrese Maxey does straight out the gate. That's the only person I'm not necessarily worried about, but more so with Ben Simmons being shipped out because everybody already knows that's happening,
To
and
where?
we're not sure. It's looking like maybe Timberwolves. I know the Raptors were looking forward. The Pistons were interested.
Pistons make no sense.
I don't
Toronto
know.
makes no well.
Yeah,
No, you guys should make sense of Toronto.
I mean, we were going to get Kyle Lowry, and
He's in
Fred Van
Miami.
Fleet, but now yeah, he's in
Lowry's in
Miami.
Miami,
So I'm thinking
and Van
Fred.
Fleet just signed a contract with Toronto, so
Yeah, so
they
it's
can't
out
trade
of
him.
that question. But yeah, I'm only looking forward to Maxi. He is my second favorite guy behind Joel, and I want to see what this man can do when he leads the team. It is his technically his team for the night since Joel Embiid is being listed as resting.
Okay, so what your preseason aside? Look at we'll do an NBA preview episode because I believe the NBA season kicks off next Thursday. So
Yeah.
next week will basically be like our full preview of the NBA season. But right now, let's say Ben Simmons out the picture. So let's give people a sneak preview to like next week. So what is your overall prediction for the 76ers season? We're gonna do for all teams next week, but for like your team specifically, what's
What
your expectations?
I'm thinking we're going to end up as I want to say third seed. We'll probably end up right behind the Heat and the Bucks.
Wait, hold on. You think the Miami Heat is gonna be in the top two?
Yeah, I mean they have Jimmy Butler, they have Bam
So Kyle
Alabama.
Lowry is enough to propel them to the top two in the East.
Yeah, I think so. You don't think so?
We forget about the Brooklyn Nets.
Or the Brooklyn Nets? How the fuck can I forget about them?
Or we
All
forget
right,
about the
so
or we forget about the Atlanta Hawks.
so yes, I'm definitely forgetting about the Atlanta Hawks.
I
And
mean,
Nola ain't here to say shit. We definitely forgetting about the Atlanta Hawks because if I'm not forgetting, like the whole NBA playoffs were just a fucking injury fest. So yes, I
it was,
think we're forgetting about them. So
but injuries did
I'm gonna
not affect
say
them. But hold on, time out though. They beat the Knicks fairly. The Knicks didn't really have no injury concern or anything like that. Philly, there was really no injury concerns with Philly. They just
yeah,
flat out beat y'all. Only Milwaukee side of the bracket was affected by injuries. The Brooklyn Nets, you
yeah.
know,
I mean, but they definitely didn't face the Suns, or did they face
they beat the
the
Suns.
Nets?
They beat the Suns in the finals.
No, I'm talking
The
about
Bucks.
the Hawks. Oh, Bucks. Yes, of
Okay,
course,
of
but
course the Hawks they beat the Suns in the finals. They didn't make the finals. They made the
exactly.
conference.
And they definitely shouldn't have made it after they beat my Sixers. But let's not talk about that.
I mean, I guess you say, well, Trey Young did get hurt during the Eastern Conference Finals, so that kind of affected them a little bit. But I don't think
I think they'll
Miami
be
gonna jump Atlanta.
fifth. I think they'll be fifth. I'll put the Sixers at fourth now.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense. I still think that's kind of too high, but whatever.
So where do you think they're going to fall?
Find out next week on the Out of Bounds podcast for our
Okay.
NBA season preview. So there's that. But also for a second part of our 2 minute drill topic is discuss the decline of MLB attendance. Now, in 2019, MLB attendance was at 68.9 million. It has fallen, no, 68.5 million, excuse me. It has fallen this past season to 45.3 million. Total fans attendance throughout all, 30 MLB teams or how many teams are in the league.
Yeah.
So, why? Honestly, like you haven't really been following baseball that much. I mean, shit. Not that I am. Both my teams are in the playoffs, the Yankees and the Brewers. But why do you feel the MLB has declined in popularity so much?
I'm honestly shocked at that because I mean, yeah, you had the coronavirus and stuff like that, but I'm shocked to see that their ratings were falling. I mean, I don't think they did it had to deal with any controversy. I know in the beginning of the season that they were doing a lot more social media activity. Seemed like All Star Break was going well with them, the celebrity game and stuff like that. So I can't really pinpoint a reason for why they're falling.
I think I have a reason. Too many teams play the same.
Do you think so?
Yeah. It's a home run fest now. Either you go strike out, or you're gonna hit a home run. Everybody swings for the fences now. Everybody hitting 40 home runs, 30 home runs. Nowadays, you don't have 7 players in your lineup, and mind you, it's a 9 batter lineup. If you don't have at least 7 batters in your lineup hitting 20 home runs or more, like what are you doing? Your lineup stinks.
Yeah, it's.
The Toronto Blue Jays literally had 7 guys hit 20 home runs or more and have 100 RBIs, and they even make the playoffs.
I think
That's
because
crazy.
I know I normally don't stay until the full end of the baseball game. I usually leave around like the seventh inning. So yeah, I think maybe it's just
And they done things to kind of like accelerate the game, like the extra inning rules and all that. Like if a game cold past the bottom of the ninth, at the top of the 10th, you automatically have a runner on second base. Like, they've tried things. They even tried things with the All Star game. Now
yeah.
they
That's
have
what I'm
like
saying. Like it seemed like the All Star. I found the All Star week to be pretty fun. Um,
I just think it's due
but
to the fact that like because we live in a social media age, and bringing back to like earlier in the episode, we were talking about social media. But one thing that the NBA and the NFL do tremendously well is utilize social media to the best ability.
yeah, It's
And
something that MLB has yet to grasp, really, but they
no,
have attempted.
MLB, yes, I'm glad I said they have a tender. Just that a baseball game is not as exciting to watch as a basketball game or
Yeah,
even a football game.
like
Cause basketball,
nobody want to see highlights of Bryce
uh,
Harper like hitting a home run or something like that.
yeah, because just about everybody hits home runs now. Like, what makes NBA highlights so exciting? Oh, you might see like Zion Williamson throw down a monster dunk. Steph
Yeah,
Curry
yeah,
hit like
something like that.
take
Yeah,
take like
it's
a deep three. Like Rudy Gobert with like a big time block or something like that. Or in football, you might see Lamar Jackson pull up a spectacular play. Patrick Mahomes throw a nice deep ball. You might see Tyreek Hill burn a corner, and then he's like 50 yards downfield for a wide open touchdown. You got these amazing touchdown celebrations and all that. Baseball, what is it? Oh, home run. Oh, great
or
defensive
you
play.
a diving catch and
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
like that's basically it. Like the game is just it's a uniform game. Like there's not much personality whatsoever. And they have all these unwritten rules like, oh, like if you hit a home run, you cannot admire your home runs. I know like Fernando Tatis Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., like they all like basically get heat for this because like they might hit like a monster shot. It's like an unwritten rule, like all right, like if you take a time to admire your home run or like do not run the bases fast enough, the pitchers get pissed off about it and they might try to throw at you your next at bat.
Yeah, I mean, I only tune into the baseball for like once in a while with the fights and stuff like that.
Yeah, those don't happen that much, but
Yeah, and they're not
I just
often. So
I just feel like personally, it's not really so much that the MLB can do. Just it's just the nature of the game. It's just not
yeah,
fun.
it's
It's not
just
fun to
the
watch.
yeah, it's really not.
Especially right now, like nobody steals bases like that anymore. Like we're far gone from the years of Ricky Henderson, where like somebody would steal like 100 bases a season, or like, even like in the 2000s, like a Juan Pierre, somebody might steal like 50 bases. Nobody does that no more. Everybody just swings for the fences, and it's like, all right, you have every team like hitting like have guys in line hitting 25, 30 plus home runs. Like
Yeah,
what's the purpose
it's
with a low
just
batting average? Like, okay, what's the point?
yeah, the game of baseball isn't really marketable to like young adults and the
And
social
it's a
media
shame because
age.
there's great players. There's great players. Aaron Judge, great player. I know he plays in New York, and that kind of like boosts up his prestige as proclaim all that. But Aaron Judge, fascinating player. Fernando Tatis Jr., one of the best rising young stars in the game. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., just as good as his father. Shohei Ohtani, he can pitch and he can hit. So they have the talent. It just people just
It's
don't care.
it's not marketable.
It's
It's
not a
really
marketable
not.
game. It's not a marketable game. And plus, baseball. I remember back in the day, like baseball used to be like the first segments on Sports Center. Now they're just a blip on the radar. Like, oh, like everybody get like a bottom of the hour type of like every half hour segment. Football basically dominates things now. Football is like now America's pastime. It used to be baseball, but now it's football. So there you go. Plus, like you're not being like a part of like if they're not debating you or like sports or like a first take or undisputed, and you're not one of like in those debate segments, then because we all know that the media kind of like drives what's popular in sports. So everything is narrative based. So if the narrative is that all right, like the worldwide leader sports are not recovering you like that, then obviously some people that watch those shows, they're gonna say, oh, like this sport is like. And why should I watch this? The people that watch on TV talk about sports aren't really talking about it. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, money is guaranteed in baseball. So you're like a inner city kid, your best bet is to try to play baseball because the money there is guaranteed. Who's making 300 million in football or basketball? I think
yeah,
Mahomes come close, but like
unless you're like elite.
yeah, but like Bryce Harper and these dudes like Garrett Cole, they make like upwards like 250, 300 mil. And they contract 10-year deals, guaranteed.
Yeah,
Jacoby Ellsbury from my Yankees basically being paid not to play. So it's not like basketball, like oh, like it's a buyout. Oh, I'm a buyout your contract, or like in football, like oh, like only your signing bonus is guaranteed. Like no, money in baseball is guaranteed. So, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, like people just don't care. Like that tennis sucks. I be watching these games. It's like you barely see people in the stands unless it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that's basically all I got. So you have anything that you want to, plug, anything, Donovan? Then now's the time. I know you're not big on social media, but I'm most sure you have something that you're working on. Like, what's the progress with your book that's coming up?
I would say it's about 85% complete. Should be completed by mid November or something like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
So you said that it'd be out on Amazon in time for the holidays?
maybe stocking stuffer.
Okay. All right, cool. So that'd be a nice little gift. Nice little gifts out there. So everybody check out what's the name of the book again? I know something with
Adam
men
and
that
Eve.
Adam Adam Eve and me. There
Yeah,
we go. All right, so yeah, so all right, so that's our guy Donovan, the man in the middle. Once again, my name is Ladale Fashionista, the manager at here at True Culture Magazine. You can find me at Ladale Fashionista on IG or True Culture on the moderator on that page. So you want to discuss business in regards to like collaborations for events, you know, if you want to like if you're a publicist, you want to get your artist featured, then you could just DM me and then we could just go from there. So yeah, that's why God know he's not here, but we're trying to work things out our schedules to make sure that our young blood could get back on this podcast, that we could be back in full effect as the big three. But in the meantime, you guys can find him at Dino Austin. He's done with the photography and all that, and we have some stuff coming up in the works with him. So be on the lookout. But yeah, that basically concludes this week's edition of the Out of Bounds podcast, episode 21. So we're 21 episodes deep into this thing, so that's how you know it's real if you go
yeah,
21 episodes. So we appreciate you guys for the support. Also, shout out to those of you that check us out Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We appreciate all of you, our audio listeners. We hope that you guys will also convert to YouTube side of things, and check out all of our other amazing content that's exclusive to the YouTube platform. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy Monday Night Football. Next time you see us will be next Wednesday, because like I said, we're working on a new schedule. But until then, y'all, just keep it locked to more content from the Tuck Podcast Network. And we catch you guys next week. Peace.